more. Joining, as always, Robbie and Papa.
What's going on?
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Good times.
Was.
So.
I had to take a little trip, man.
I know. How was it?
It was awesome.
Good.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I see pictures of you at the beach.
Love it. I would move there in a second, I think.
I'd complain, but I spent the last Friday night of the season in my hometown of Reston, Virginia.
That's better than I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say.
So, Friday night, Madison, South Lakes, finally made it out. The mayor came home.
Yeah.
Mama Austin greeted me with jerk chicken, rice, plantains.
Apparently, some people on the team didn't want her to train for me.
She made some for you, and then they bullied her out of giving you any because you picked Madison.
My guy, Show Joe, was mad at me. Come on, Show Joe.
Papa also gave us some swag gear.
It's awesome.
Pretty cool.
It's awesome. They're great people, man.
They are.
They're great.
They are. And this was, a highlight game for them. Madison, we talked about Madison's year, their loss in the offseason, and coming in the game at 9-2, they were really feeling good about themselves. South Lakes, man, we're going to kind of breeze through last week's games to get to this week's games, but they jumped out 14-0 quick. Albert Mensah had a short touchdown run, and Devin Miles had a 1-yard touchdown run. And then he connected with Xavier May for 23 yards. This got out of hand pretty fast.
Yeah.
35-0 after 3, and it ended that way. But
I was shocked by the score.
Yeah. Albert Mensah had 20 carries for 100 yards, 2 touches. Spencer Austin, 7 catches, 142 yards. And then Devin Miles, he was on fire. 19 out of 23, 240 yards.
It's got to be the most passes he's thrown in a game now.
Absolutely.
It's got to be.
You keep connecting on them, you keep throwing them.
The truth.
But 35-0 South Lakes wins. Great atmosphere, home playoff game, good stuff.
Yeah.
Lake Braddock, Woodbridge.
Man, I mean, keep it short and sweet. Lake Braddock, I thought that was going to be a really good game going in.
Yeah.
I mean, the game ends 20-2.
Right.
But I mean, Woodbridge was just in control from the get.
Yeah.
They were in control the whole time. I mean, those guys, their lines separate them. And look, Lake Braddock is tough.
Right, always.
So anybody out there who thinks, they had a kind of easy path there. Lake Braddock's a good team.
Right.
I mean,
and they were peaking. They started off slow and they were playing great football down the stretch.
You see, you see 3 losses on their record.
Right.
But those 3 losses came in weeks 1, 2, and 3.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, that team was really good. It was a tough game. Shout out to the Lions of Woodbridge. They did a great job. And shout out to Coach Doc and the staff over there at Lake Braddock. They did a tremendous job all year with that team, and they came together at the right time.
Yeah. Champ Stonebridge.
So we saw this game earlier in the year. It was a bit of a blowout earlier in the year.
Right.
Very similar in this game. Stonebridge, 45-22. Nick Mell had 15 carries for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. Daniel Thompson. Mason Tatum completed 7 passes in that game. 6 of them went to Daniel Thompson.
Is that right?
6 for 135 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
I'm going to talk more about that dude when we talk about the game this week. But 22-45, Stonebridge just rolls. I don't know why I reversed the score right there.
I do it sometimes when I'm tweeting out scores.
Yeah, but no, Stonebridge, great.
Tuscarora Broad Run.
I mean, it was a tough game, 14-12. Broad Run had a chance. They were driving. Our guy John Becerra was out there for the game. So, Broad Run had a chance at the end of the game. Tuscarora just held on and held on to it. They won a couple of close games this year. They lost a couple of close games this year. So Tuscarora was primed and ready. They won that game 14-12.
Championship high, Westfield hosted Patriot.
Dude. We pretty much said how that was going to go. But Patriot, it's hard to say. In a 35-6 game, it's hard to say that a team hung tough. But Patriot did, man. They hung tough. And Ike, that dude's tough for anybody to hold.
Absolutely.
I enjoy watching him play sports. I don't care if it's basketball or football. I enjoy watching that dude play. And I cannot say enough about Jordan Smith and Darius Robertson, those 2 ends. Big, tall, lean. Man, I really like the way those guys play. But Eugene Asante, 20 carries for 68 yards. Noah Kim's 8 carries for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then he goes 12 of 22 for a $195 and 2.
Yeah. Shocking he's a sophomore, so we'll get to that. We'll get to that later.
Taylor Morin, that dude he makes plays all the time. Whether it's picks. I think he had 2 picks in that game. I mean, yeah, Taylor Morin just makes plays, man. I talk about it all the time. He makes plays.
And then Hilton Freedom.
God, do we have to talk about this? This one's still depressing for me.
Yeah.
It's still depressing for me. I got no problem saying that I am a huge fan of the Freedom team. We knew that game was going to be great.
Right.
There's certain times when you just can't do anything when there's just a guy who's just supremely gifted.
Right.
Ricky Slade is unbelievable. He had, what?
It's insane.
It's like 22 carries for 322 or 326 and 4 touchdowns. Absurd.
Right.
That guy can do things. You just can't. I don't care what kind of game plan you put in.
Right.
When he makes a move, it's game plans go out the window. It's like Mike Tyson used to say.
That's right.
You know Everybody's got a game plan until you get punched in the mouth. It's like that, dude. They go on to win that game.
It seemed like it almost, not that, it's a playoff game, he didn't need any more motivation, but there was a lot of talk about how they held him to negative 4 yards. You got to believe for somebody that talented, it was just, that had been burning through his head, and man, he made it.
As much as we talked about Lamont Atkins last year, I mean, this dude did those things and more this year.
Yeah.
It was amazing. He almost had 2,000 yards. It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Ricky Slade, but also Jordan Davis was, again, great in that game at quarterback.
Right.
And shout out to the defense for Hilton. They did a good job. A.J. Felton did everything that he could.
Right.
Guys, great. I don't care, win, lose, draw, whatever. I'm a fan of them.
It was fun to watch them.
Great.
Fun to watch them. Congratulations to them.
Saw Eric Surratt yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, that set up some great games for the following week. We'll get to next.
Did it?
Yeah.
A lot of people thought I took the show off because Freedom lost.
All right, so before we move on to the regional championship games, last week, Flint Hill capped off 11-0 state championship season, 33-21 over Collegiate. As if Coach Tom Verbandig needed to add anything else to his resume. State championship in Flint Hill. Something that, in my time at Flint Hill, you believe never would happen.
Oh, man. He's the GOAT, man.
He's the GOAT.
Also, volleyball. Mm-hmm. Loudoun County won their 10th state title.
Dang. That just made me curse. That's a ding.
And Langley won their state title as well.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Tuscarora. Awesome.
Good year for Tuscarora.
Yeah, man.
It's good.
I'm a fan. I like blue.
Yeah.
I like that blue.
I like it.
Yeah.
What is Tuscarora?
I got zero idea.
Me too.
Got zero idea. I know it's a nice school.
You know what else is a nice school? Westfield.
Man.
So last week's game set up South Lakes at Westfield. Rematch of this game last year.
Yep.
Last year did not go well for South Lakes.
Nope.
This year, it did not go well for South Lakes.
I cannot say, we talk about the coaching staff at Westfield a lot. I cannot say enough about that team and how well they're just great.
And it showed. And this is not taking a shot at the opposing coach. They do a great job out of South Lakes. This game started off, it started off as, defenses were playing well, but field position was the issue. 2 big punt returns by Westfield, set them up with short fields. Noah Kim hit Bissett Woodley. This he's good. We didn't call his name a lot at all this year. Bissett Woodley?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. It looks like he's about 7 feet tall.
He does.
Yeah.
And we saw this last year in the game, just throwing over the top of South Lakes. And once they got up, it was just hard. And they fought. One thing that I want to point out here, and we talk about this with adjustments at halftime.
Yeah.
Eugene Asante has 6 carries for 0 yards in the first half.
Not normal.
No. And I talked to Coach Keating, who should be head coaching somewhere, but loves that offensive line position, collecting rings at Westfield.
I know, right? I saw him on Saturday at
playing
Stonebridge.
basketball. He confirmed that this blue-black basketball team they play on.
I got to see that.
Coach Simmons is on it too.
I got to see that.
But Eugene Asante, 6 carries, 0 yards first half. They make the adjustments. Second half, 13 carries, 136 yards and a touch. And he really blew the game open with a late. He got caught right behind on about a 70-yard run.
You know a little bit about that.
I know. It's happened to me too. Me and Coach Keating were laughing about that. It's happened to me before too, big fella. Don't worry about it. But yeah, they dominated on the ground in the second half of the game. Noah Kim finishes 11 for 20, 114 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then they held, one of the most talented backfields we've seen in check.
Yeah.
Spencer Austin, 11 carries, 13 yards. Seemed a little banged up, looked like he had a calf injury in the third. Albert Mensah had 10 carries for 52 yards. Devin Miles had 6 for -14. They lived in the South Lakes backfield during the game.
Do you stop that backfield to under 100 yards?
Yeah.
You are doing something.
Our boy Joseph Dagby had 3 catches, 36 yards, and a touch for South Lakes.
Show Joe. I'm telling you, that dude's a star.
He is.
Watch
He's
out.
only a sophomore? I had
He's
no
only a
idea.
sophomore. Watch out.
It'll be fun to cover him in the years ahead.
Absolutely.
But yeah, caught up with Coach Kyle Simmons for the 3rd year in a row, standing in the same spot, having the same interview. Take a look. First, congratulations. 3 years in a row we stand on this field. You're hosting that trophy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Especially after 5 years of not taking it home, being here and not taking it home. It's pretty cool to take it home 3 times in a row. Really proud of the kids. Came out in the first half, got some good things going, but South Lakes battled back and put us in a predicament, and we had to come out in the second half and answer what they were giving us, and I'm proud of our kids and the way they did that.
Talk about the defense. That's 2 really talented running backs. You guys did a great job of shutting down today.
It's preparation. A lot of hard work, preparation by our defense and our defensive coaches to put our kids in a position to play like that. So I give them a lot of credit. If you came and watched our practices, the efficiency that they go through putting that game plan together to battle an offense like that makes me very proud.
How hard was it to trust a sophomore running your team all year? And he looks like he has all the trust that you could offer him.
Yeah, I sometimes have to stop and remember he's a sophomore and what a great job he's done. When he makes those mistakes, I think that I look back and go, wow, look how far he's taken us, how many yards he's thrown for. He's only got 5 picks in 13 games. I mean, that's pretty impressive for a sophomore. And on top of that, we got him for 2 more years after this one. So
that's right.
Cool.
Talk about Eugene Asante shutting the game down for you in the second half.
Well, the thing I was most proud of Eugene about was it was hard running there in the first half, and he didn't get frustrated. He trusted us. He trusted the O-line to figure out how we could get some hard yards in there. And we knew we were close on a lot of plays in the first half, and my O-line coach just said, you got to be patient, you got to be patient. So we kept running, and then you saw we popped a couple longer runs, wore them down a little bit.
Now, there's a rumor that Coach Keating knows how to play basketball. You know anything about this?
Oh, he's our point guard in black and blue on Fridays. And he can bring the ball down the court and he can feed it to everybody.
Well, congratulations again, Coach. We're looking forward to seeing you guys next week.
Thanks, John.
So again, 27-7, Westfield beats South Lakes. Congratulations to them. They're headed to their 3rd straight regional championship, 3rd straight state semifinal game, 2-time defending state championships. But a special congratulations to South Lakes also. We had a great time covering that class for the last 3 years. So.
Ohio State, you better keep a hold of him.
I'm telling you.
Man, Spencer Austin is a monster.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Look, we watched Ramon Johnson last year.
Yeah. I saw Ramon Johnson's dad yesterday.
It's awesome.
He's a good conversation.
He's a huge supporter of the program, too.
He is, absolutely.
But, we watched Ramon Johnson do crazy things in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Noah Kim is a superstar in the making right now.
They've been pretty good at the quarterback position the last 3 years.
Good grief, yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they will be for the next few years.
Exactly.
Sophomore.
It's crazy, man.
Woodbridge versus Hilton. This was the game that we thought would be the game of the week.
Yeah, I mean, look,
the first game was
you were at the first
game of the year.
Yeah, you were at that first game, won it on a field goal at the end.
Yep.
Our guy Sam Shooter was out there.
Yep.
I went out there just because I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what happened, man. So I got out there. Great. It was good for me because it was 7-7 at the half.
Right.
And I get out there and all of a sudden score. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But Lamont James puts Woodbridge up 7-0. Jordan Davis, who's done a tremendous job playing quarterback for them. We've talked about it a bunch, but he gets a 34-yard run or something to get them 7-7. Goes to halftime that way, into the third quarter that way. Woodbridge was 3-7 last year.
It's insane.
They were 3-7. The job that staff has done with that team has been incredible.
Right.
And we talked to a lot of people who thought that Woodbridge was overrated all year.
Yeah. They're not.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Octavius Jackson has a touchdown to go up 14-7. And it's, I mean, look, there's a lot of, that crowd was crazy. You know that
yeah.
Right now they're in the lead for student sections.
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
Now. And they were great. They were great throughout the game yesterday. But that defense, I could talk a lot about offense, but that defense yesterday, when you hold Ricky Slade to 12 carries for 36 yards,
it's crazy.
Everybody better take notice.
Right.
I've been saying it for a while. That defensive line is tremendous.
Yeah.
Both in size and the way they play. That defensive line is great, and they are going to keep them in whatever game they're in. They had the one team that they couldn't beat this year.
Yeah.
Was out of it. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you better watch out for them. But that defense did a great job yesterday. Hilton has a great touchdown. Right, there's like 3-4 minutes left in the game. They get a touchdown. It's 21-14. I'm sorry, it's 21-14. They get the ball back. They're driving again. Andrew Harden picks off a pass, 77 yards, takes it to the house.
That's awesome.
Closes the game out.
They've
right
made
there.
some huge defensive plays all year.
All year.
Yeah.
All year. When they needed one, they could get it.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, the game that they lost, they had it right there, and they missed a fourth down opportunity. But anyway, they're 3-7 last year. To what they have done this year has been amazing. We talked to Coach G earlier in the year. He kept telling us, look, there's something in the air here.
Right.
We got something going on here.
Right.
And I think it's a lot like 2007 when we lost to Westfield in the state finals. Man, was he right about that.
Yep.
They have gotten to the point now where they are back in the state semifinals against Westfield.
Right.
No. I just remembered, hold up. Octavius Jackson.
Yes.
Too easy.
Right.
I love watching that. He had a play late in that game yesterday where he made an entire defense look awful.
Really? That's not the first time he's done that.
No, but I mean, he had a juke, a spin, another spin. It was ridiculous. I'm not even kidding. It was ridiculous, man. Woodbridge, shout out to them. Now, I did catch a little flack on after the game yesterday. I did catch a little flack, and they looked at me. We're like, yo, what happened? I was looking like, what are you talking about? No show on Wednesday. I was like, all right, good. Yeah, all right. I'll take that. But yeah, man, I'm so happy for Coach G. So happy for Woodbridge.
Absolutely.
Talked to Heather Abney, the principal, for a little while yesterday. She's ecstatic.
She's the most popular principal in Northern Virginia.
Exactly. And for good reason, man. That's
for good reason.
Great out there.
Yep.
But Coach G could not keep the smile off of his face after the game yesterday.
He should be smiling.
That was awesome, man. Those
and
players,
that's huge for those kids.
It's
that
huge
program.
for them. And the way that people look down on them for most of the year, for them to do this way, it's awesome.
Right.
It's awesome. Shout out to Coach G. Look, we root for good guys.
Absolutely.
Coach G is as good of a guy as you're going to find.
100%.
Yeah. Awesome.
So,
Hilton, one of the best teams I saw all year by far.
For sure.
They're great. There is not a player like Ricky Slade anywhere. That dude is on a different level. He's unbelievable to watch. And there's some of those guys seniors on that team.
Right.
Man, Eric Roy, Deshaun Mickens, those guys are tremendous. And it's thankful to get to see those guys play. It was awesome.
It's not going to be the last time we see Ricky Slade play.
Absolutely not.
Next time we'll just be on TV.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what ended up being the game of the week was the game you attended on Friday night, Tuscarora and Stonebridge.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we knew it was going to be a good game, but...
Yeah, I'm about to stutter all over the place. Stonebridge, Tuscarora. What else can you ask for? I was at that first game.
Yeah.
1-point game, 14-13.
Is that where all this blue is inspired from? You love that Tuscarora blue.
It might be.
Or
It might be.
Blue.
But it's Native American Heritage Month.
Is it?
Yeah, man.
Maybe that's what Tuscarora is. It sounds Native American.
Maybe I got my Sitting Bull on.
Yeah, to look like that.
Hey,
Look that up.
Sitting Bull?
No, Tuscarora.
Oh, from now. But Tuscarora, Stonebridge.
Yep.
So get out there. It's at 14-13 the first time they played. A little bit of, there's some rivalry stuff there.
Right.
You can tell that those two teams
What
want
was
a piece
the
of each other.
atmosphere like in that stadium?
Oh my goodness, it was crazy.
It had to be crazy.
Packed.
Yeah.
Packed. Both sides packed. People all around the track. People,
Right.
It was packed. Awesome. Saw Coach Keating there running out trying to get the crowd out of there. He left a minute too early. But there was a bunch of people. Saw some South County coaches. There was a lot of coaches at that game.
And Coach Keating had to get to basketball practice.
Man, that's
crazy.
I gotta see that. There's few players that I've seen this year that are as impressive as Nick Mell for Stonebridge.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that guy's tremendous. He can play different positions. You just give him the ball and he's going to do things with it. He was great. I mean, 18 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown. But early in that game, Tuscarora kind of took control. Stonebridge scores first. Tuscarora comes right back. They hit this dude, Kyle Jenkins, catches a long pass to get on the board first. He ties the game at 7-7. Kyle Jenkins, I don't know. He looked like Gronk out there. He had 4 catches for 84 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Those are Gronk numbers.
Basically. He was great. I mean, he was great. Stonebridge has that guy, Daniel Thompson. That dude is a freak.
Yeah.
He had 9 catches for $162 and 3 touchdowns, and he just kept throwing it up, and he would just keep going up and getting it.
It's a good game plan.
Yeah. I would be so greedy if I had that dude to play receiver.
Absolutely.
I would be just doing nothing but throwing it to that dude. He's unguardable.
Yeah.
He's unguardable. Every time they wanted to get a first down, every time they wanted to get a touchdown, they just threw it up to him. He went up and got it. Just unbelievably impressed with that dude. They come back, they go up 27-21.
Mm-hmm.
Missed 2 extra points. The first one they got, they put up the 2-point conversion, missed the next 2. So it's 27-21. Justin Allen, love that dude.
Yeah.
That dude's got grit. He's nasty. He's got a good attitude. Was on a bum ankle, looked like the whole game.
Right.
Didn't matter to him at all. He was going to go out there slinging it. Man, really impressed with the way he plays. I mean, when you look at the numbers, there was a lot of incompletions, but anytime they needed to play, he was there to make it.
Yeah.
10 of 29, $169, 3 touchdowns. One of the ones that Kyle Jenkins caught was from the running back throwing it over to him. What are you going to do?
Right.
Adam Thorne, number 30 for Tuscarora. He may be like the most electric player in the area to watch. He plays receiver, so you got to wait for him to get the ball.
Sure.
But every time the ball's thrown his way, you hold your breath.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. That dude makes every game, he makes spectacular play after spectacular play. And whether it's going up in the corner of the end zone to get one, whether it's he made a catch that got called back, much like Keenan.
Yeah.
He made a catch that got called back. I don't care. That play's going
It goes on the highlights.
He goes up over a dude. He mossed him. He goes up over a dude, catches it like around his head, gets down, takes off. It was beautiful. That dude is incredibly impressive to watch. Tuscarora, I mean, they lost by 1 point earlier in the year to them. They come back, win this game by 1. Great to see. I know it was not the way, I mean, obviously Stonebridge.
Sure.
Tough way to end their year. But man, shout out to Tuscarora, their staff, that team. It was incredibly impressive.
And for that Stonebridge senior class, they got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean,
no, man,
they played in 2 state championship games. They won multiple regional championships, made it to another regional championship. So
when you look at their record, because when you walk into the stadium, they have their records from the last 10 years.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
It's ridiculous. But man, Mason Tatum too for Stonebridge, their quarterback. Really like to watch that guy a lot too.
Right.
But man, Daniel Thompson and Adam Thorne get to watch those guys twice in a year go at it back and forth. It's awesome. Yeah.
Well, we got 2 games to preview for next week. One of them, we'll kind of brush by Tuscarora. They're playing
Stafford.
who I don't know much about, and we're cheering for Tuscarora.
We're going to have to flip a coin.
Yeah?
Who's going to be at the Tuscarora game? Who's going to be at the Westfield Woodbridge game?
Westfield Woodbridge.
I know you want to go to that game. I know you want to go to that game.
We both might be at that game.
We got to flip a coin.
Where's Tuscarora Stafford playing?
At Tuscarora, 3
At Tuscarora?
p.m. 3 p.m. on Saturday.
3 p.m. on Saturday? Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you like in the Westfield Woodbridge game?
I mean, I've had a pretty,
So hard.
I've had a pretty steadfast rule over the last couple of years that I don't pick against Westfield. Man, I'm taking Woodbridge. I love.
You taking Woodbridge?
I'm taking Woodbridge. I know where you're going, so I'm taking Woodbridge.
I'm not betting against Championship High.
Yeah.
But
You want to see it happen.
I love the Woodbridge team and their coaching staff. I love Westfield too, but they won 2 straight.
Yeah, you can give up a little bit.
It's the Patriots.
They are.
They are.
That's why I like them. no,
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Awesome. It'll be. It's gonna be a good game.
I'll tell you what. If I go to Tuscarora, it'll be the first game this year that I'm blatantly cheering for one team over the other.
Yeah,
because we don't cover Stafford.
No. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what. You'll like the game day experience at Tuscarora. Though.
Tuscarora, find me a 3X shirt to slip on. I'll be wearing it.
Hey.
They won't know who I'm shooting for. It's the school.
But no, they know how to put on a game out there.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's right down 15 for you too.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Like I'm trying to push it over here.
I'll go out there.
No, I'll tell you.
Tuscarora.
I'll take any chance I can to see the Justin Allen to Adam Thorne. I'll take any chance I can get to see that.
I'm with it.
It's awesome. It's been a great. How hard is our B squad going to be? This class is ridiculous.
Ridiculously hard.
This class is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah. Shout out to all the seniors.
We're going to have a funny lineup where we have like 6 wide receivers in there.
10.
Yeah.
In Northern Virginia, you have 10 spots.
Absolutely.
Hey, Dylan Spalding announcing where he's going to go this week.
Are we going to be there?
We got a little something.
We got a little something?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can see us on RubberRunSports.com all the time. Check your local listings. We're all over Comcast, Verizon, Cox.
Wherever.
Yeah.
ESPN. Wait for the 30 for 30 to come out.
That's right. 30 for 30 coming
30
out.
for 30 is coming.
Rob. What question did they always start with? Try to blank. What if I told you?
What if I told you? That's
What if I told you?
What if I told you?
John Rob didn't start in Myrtle Beach.
No, let's not do that. Goodness.
We'll see you next week. Tyson, get your camera shot.
Boom.
Boom. So see you next week.